So he set himself the unenviable task of trying to disentangle this whole damn thing. And I'm really glad. It's about time somebody did this. I am probably one of the most prolific songwriters on earth.
You are watching the Steve Kilbey Show with Sean Graham.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Steve Kilbey Show. I am your host Sean, and today we're at Pappy and Harriet's Palace. That's right, we are in Pioneertown, easy for me to say, California, for Pappy and Harriet's, which is a legendary venue here in Southern California. It's just north of the Palm Springs area for any of you who are not from California or maybe not familiar with it. It's a great place. They serve really good food. Really good drinks. It's a really great venue overall, but it's kind of become very well known, I think, in town for its music scene. Everybody plays here now, it seems like, including, the biggest stars. Paul McCartney, I know sometime in the last few years he played here, and it was a thing where he played and the day of, tickets were on sale only here, I think. And so people were like lining up the day before, something like that. So Pioneertown, I don't know a ton of history about this place, but I know that you can stay out here for sure. It became a little hip during COVID. There were definitely people in the Los Angeles area who kind of started buying houses in the Yucca and Morongo valleys, kind of near this area, because you could get land, and you, I think, still can get land and or a small house pretty affordable, at least for, again, California standards. So there's nothing out here necessarily, but it is very peaceful. It's beautiful. And at the very least, if you love live music, you'd always have Pappy and Harriet's, which has an incredible lineup. Why am I telling you all this? Well, I think you know where this is going. Our friends of the church played here. Steve Kilbey himself was here at Pappy and Harriet's. Listen, let's talk about those shows. The first time they played here, as far as I could tell, was on May 9th, 2019, for the Starfish 30th anniversary tour. You're saying, what does that look like? Don't worry, I have that flyer. They were also in Phoenix during that time. So here's that 30th anniversary Starfish tour. It's windy, so I apologize. Hopefully the sound isn't unbearable for you. Yeah, so the 30th anniversary Starfish tour came here in 2019. That was a sold-out show. Both shows that they played here were sold-out shows. The 30th anniversary show of Starfish, of course, went through all of Starfish, which includes one of my all-time favorite church songs, Antenna. Very sadly, I've never seen that. I'm bummed that I did not come to that show because the album is obviously good. We've talked about it recently, but Antenna in particular is one of my all-time favorites. They played other great songs, Sea Line, which we don't talk about often on this show, but that's because we haven't covered it yet, I guess. Another Century, which is a favorite of mine. Louisiana, I love. Tantalized. And then the encore was Unguarded Moment, and then Miami. So on YouTube, if you want, you can check out North, South, East, West, Reptile, and Metropolis, as well as Miami. Those are all available. Somebody uploaded those to YouTube. And then, listen, in 2022, May 12th of 2022, this is a big day. That sun's coming out. Apologies for that. I'll try to block it there. In 2022, I came here for the very first time. I've never been here. In 2022, I came here for the first time for a couple firsts. Once, this is the first time visiting this place. Came here to visit with my mother-in-law and my niece. And it was my very first time seeing the church. I know you're probably admonishing me now. Listen, I was late to the game. I've talked about it before on the show, late to the game and seeing them live. I'd always, kind of kept up with their music sometimes here and there, but I hadn't really, just never caught them live. It just never worked out, and that's, bad on me, right? So I never got to see that classic lineup. Is anybody listening to this, did you ever catch any of the old lineups? Did you catch, is there anybody here that saw the Nick Ward days, like the very early days? Any of the Richard Ploog days, and then I obviously never saw Marty or Peter because I'm so late to the game. So I really only know live the current version of the band, who I love. I think that they're fantastic and doing quite good justice to the old stuff as well as, bringing in the new stuff. So the first show I came to was incredible. They opened with Destination. Interestingly enough, that's because they did the Starfish tour. That's what they opened with here the first time they were here. Then they went to Metropolis, C'est La Vie, because it was during the Hypnagogue tour-esque. Block, I talk about Block a little bit, at least during these live concert reviews recently, but I love Block very much. I could listen to it all day, every day. Destination is another song that I just absolutely love. C'est La Vie, I love from Hypnagogue. They played Ripple. They played No Other You. Chef's Kiss, that's one of the best songs ever made. I'll say it forever. Almost With You, Reptile, Day 5, which it kind of had a bunch of different songs intermixed with it. The Hypnagogue, which is a classic banger. You Took, Under the Milky Way, Tantalized. Those are all fantastic songs. Then they took a little break for the encore and went into Myrrh, which is a favorite of mine, and Miami. Listen, this was apparently all of the songs, no, 9 of the shows are up there on YouTube. I remember I caught Myrrh on my own video, but I have not uploaded that to the internet. And again, I know we looked at this because this was after they went to Phoenix in 2022. Let me show you that. It's getting sunny, it's getting bright, it's a mess out here, but this is that tour poster. Sorry for the wind. This is probably going to be a horrible video. There's videos, and strangely enough, one of the gentlemen I met, this guy named Brian, who has a YouTube show called SoCal. I can't remember off the top of my head, but he's great, very nice gentleman, who's kind of knows the band a little bit as well. He used to be a radio DJ down in Southern California at Irvine, I believe. Very nice guy. Met him over the weekend. He's uploaded a ton of live church stuff. SoCal, I can't remember SoCal something, but I'm sure if you look up the church live videos and you see SoCal, it's got like a radio, I can't remember, but it's got like a radio microphone as his emblem for his YouTube channel. I just started following him, but I should have written it down, damn it, I'm sorry. But really nice guy, Brian. He was also at the show, we found out, which was kind of wonderful to realize. And listen, I don't have my video uploaded, but I did take a photo, which with this sun, listen, you're probably not gonna be able to see it, but let's get it there and see. And I know I was late to the game, but I'll never forget it. I was standing very close to Ian. My mother-in-law and my niece really liked the show as well. I just drove out for the night to watch it and drove home to LA. It's about a 2-hour drive back to Los Angeles from here, but it was worth it. Obviously I became hooked and haven't missed them live in the area since. They just put on such a great show. The current show, I really can't recommend it enough. I love the singles, of course, as well, but there's so many other songs in their catalog. Obviously, it's an expansive catalog that are fantastic, that are worth listening to and also seeing live, that I hope to see live if I keep getting the chance to see them live. But this show was kind of, it was really magical. It was one of those live concerts for me that sticks with you, and I'll always remember. This Pappy and Harriet show is one of my all-time favorite church shows. I've seen them, I think I'm now at 8 shows, right? I know that's all in the course of 4 years, which seems insane probably to some people, but I've been lucky enough to check them out and check them off a lot, 4 of them on this tour, of course, but every show is really good. This Pappy and Harriet's one that will always be special to me. They really jammed out. I was close to Ian the whole time. I was sort of struck by, obviously, the guitar interplay between Ian and Ashley. The drumming was fantastic, and it wasn't the current drummer Nicholas. I feel like they had a fill-in. It was Barton Price, I think, because there was some issue, a customs issue, I think, and so this guy Barton Price filled in on drums that night. Don't worry, he did a great job. It was excellent. Steve is always just so great. He tells funny anecdotes. He's charming. Obviously I'm doing the show, so I'm a big fan. But Pappy and Harriet's I recommend very highly as just a general visiting sort of site, but probably try to come here when there's an act in town that you want to see, because it's a really intimate small space. I'll try to have some videos up here so you can see what it's all about, but Pappy and Harriet's is great. It was the first time I saw the church live. I've never looked back since. Hopefully in 2027 the goal is to go to Australia if I can. Who knows if that's going to happen, right? That's the goal. Who knows if the church will be playing. To be completely honest, my dream would be to go, and Steve Kilbey is having a solo show at the very least, and best case scenario, Steve Kilbey's got a solo show and Kilbey Kennedy happens to be touring. That's what I would love to see. Obviously best case scenario would be in a church show too. The guy Brian, who I mentioned, was talking about how he's been down there to see them once or twice in Australia, and he says it's much better. All the Australian people watching, there's probably not many of you, but if there are some, I'm sure that you understand and agree with that. I'd be curious to know if there's a lot of people who have seen them in different countries, different continents, and what your opinions are on that. And also, really interested to see if there's anybody watching this who's seen them since way, way back in the day, because I'm very jealous of that, of course. I know Will, the host of this channel, has seen them since the late 80s all around the country of the U.S. here, starting up in Minneapolis. But be curious if there's other people here as well who've seen him, Steve, since seen Steve. Well, really, it has been Steve the whole time since then, but seen the band starting back since the beginning days all the way till now. I would love to hear your reviews of those shows, quick highlights, quick memories, anything you want to do in the comments. I would love to hear that. This is Sean Graham of the Steve Kilbey Show, signing out from Pappy Harriet's in Pioneertown, California, which I highly recommend. See y'all soon. Thank you.